Uh, Dear student, today we are going to start new chapter of African poetry. This is background section, and uh, most of the questions are asked on this portion particularly. That's why we are taking this portion. Africa has a rich tradition of oral poetry dating back to pre-colonial times. There is a praise poetry, heroic poetry, elegiac poetry, panegyrics, and eulogies stretching back the length and breadth of the continent. They are embedded in collective memory and transmitted orally from generation to generation. The griot, the custodian of oral history, poetry, and music, is a familiar figure in West African literature and society. Oral poetry is heard at funerals and wedding, naming and other ceremonies, and wherever the wisdom of ancestor is called for. So African poetry, while studying African poetry, we have to keep in mind, or we have to understand the background of that particular country. Just as we have seen the Indian writing in English, we have studied the background, how English education came in India and how that influenced the thinking and writing practice of Indian authors. So, in the same way, while we are studying the African literature, particularly the background of African literature, we have to understand their tradition. What were their tradition? Africa has the rich tradition of oral poetry. Oral poetry means क्या होता है? The poetry generally we observe in समझो कि हमें गांव में वगैरह जो शादी होती है या किसी का नामकरण होता है, तो वहाँ पे गांव में जो एकदम एज ओल्ड लेडीज़ होती है उनको बुलाया जाता है और गाना गाते हैं वो। तो वो क्या है, वहाँ वो मटेरियल आपको कहीं पे भी रिटर्न नहीं मिलेगा या कहीं पे भी वो पब्लिश नहीं है. दैट सॉन्ग्स आर ट्रांसफर्ड फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन थ्रू द माउथ पीस. दे जस्ट they are singing because they know that particular song because her mother was singing. Her mother was singing because her grandmother was singing. It's in that way particularly we can say that tradition, the mouth oral that is called oral tradition. That material that poems, that song we will never find in any books, because but that still that songs and that literature are still alive, or that literature is using they are using that songs in their ceremonies like wedding and naming and all that. So that is called the oral poetry, that is not written. Dating that oral poetry dates back to the pre-colonial times. Pre-colonial times means colonialism or colonial period means हमें पता है कि कॉलोनीज क्या है, जो जैसा कि भारत के ऊपर भी ब्रिटिश शासन था. उसके पहले कौन था, राजे वगैरह थे. अपना इंडिया में जब ब्रिटिश आए उसके बाद में उन्होंने कॉलोनी स्थापन की, और कॉलोनीज़ के बाद यहाँ पे पूरा ब्रिटिश शासन चालू हुआ. तो वो जो पीरियड है उसको बोलते हैं कॉलोनियल पीरियड. इन द सेम वे इन अफ्रीका देयर वाज आल्सो कॉलोनियल पीरियड. वहाँ पे भी ब्रिटिश आए, फ्रेंच आए, पोर्तुगीज आए, उन्होंने भी अपनी अपनी कॉलोनी स्थापन की वहाँ पे, और उसके बाद में पूरे अफ्रीका पे उसका एक रेन चालू हुआ, उसका एक राज चालू हुआ. उसके पहले का जो पीरियड है उसको बोलते हैं प्री कॉलोनियल पीरियड. उसके बाद में जब वो कॉलोनीज़ का राज्य था वहाँ पे या रेन था, वो जो पीरियड उसे कहते हैं कॉलोनियल पीरियड. एंड after getting freedom from this colonial rule, that period is called post colonial period. So the pre-colonial means before the reaching of foreigner, means British, Portuguese and French to the Africa, on the land of Africa. Before reaching these alien forces to the land of Africa, there was pre-colonial period. In that period there was tradition of oral poetry. उस ओरल पोएट्री में क्या क्या होता था, देयर इज़ अ प्रेज पोएट्री। प्रेज पोएट्री मीन्स किसी की प्रशंसा के बारे में हम लिखते हैं, किसी की हम प्रशंसा करने के लिए पोएट्रीज लिखते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं प्रेज पोएट्री। देन हीरोइक पोएट्रीज। हीरोइक पोएट्रीज मीन्स जैसा कि हिस्ट्री में जैसे कि अपने या लेजेंड है या पुराण कथा वगैरह है, उसमें भी ग्रेट हीरोज़ हुए हैं, माइथोलॉजिकल हीरोज़ है या हिस्टोरिकल हीरोज़ है, जैसे कि हमारे यहाँ शिवाजी महाराज है। और जैसे भी जो हीरोज़ हमारे यहाँ हिस्टोरिकल हीरोज़ हमें मिलते हैं, उनके बारे में जो हम पोएट्रीज लिखते हैं उसको हीरोइक पोएट्रीज बोलते हैं। बिकॉज with the help of that poetry we generally praise their great heroic deeds whatever they perform in their lifespan. So that is called heroic poetry. Then elegiac poetry, you know very well, when some loved one dies, and in praise of that, we can say in memory of that person, we generally write poetries. That poetries are called elegiac poetry. Panegyric also in the same way, when we praise someone where he is died, when we have to praise someone wholeheartedly, we generally write the panegyric poetry. After the death of that particular person, we generally praise that particular person with the help of our poetry. That is called panegyric. And elegiac poetry means to mourn the death of that particular person. We generally lament the death of that particular person. That is called elegies. And panegyric means we only praise that person. We are not lamenting here. This is basic difference between the elegy and panegyric. In panegyric, we generally praise only to is such type of tribute. When we want to just praise that dead one, we generally write panegyric. And when we have to mourn and lament the death of someone, we lick the elegy. That is the basic difference. You just keep in mind. Eulogy is also in the same way. Some emotions expressed in relation to some dead ones. स्ट्रेचिंग अक्रॉस द लेन एंड ब्रीथ ऑफ द कॉन्टिनेंट. कॉन्टिनेंट मीन्स होल अफ्रीका खंड, उसको हम बोलते हैं. तो पूरे अफ्रीका में इस तरह के लिटरेचर मीन्स ओरल लिटरेचर वेर प्रेजेंट एट दैट टाइम बिफोर कमिंग ब्रिटिश, फ्रेंच एंड पोर्तुगीज इन टू द लैंड ऑफ दैट अफ्रीका. सो these are embedded in collective memory and transmitted orally from generation to generation, as we have discussed earlier. The griot. Griot means this is group of singers, poets. They generally they are wandering singers and wandering poets and wandering dancers, we can say. They just wander here towards the whole, and with they get their livelihood, they get their money by wandering everywhere and singing their songs. Such the group of people is called griot. Griot is the custodian of oral history, poetry and music. Is a familiar figure in the West African literature. Particularly, this griot generally happens in West African literature and in West Africa and society. The oral poetry is heard at funeral, wedding, naming and other ceremonies, and whenever the wisdom of ancestor means पूर्वज, हमारे पूर्वजों के बारे में हमें जब भी होता है, यानी कि अफ्रीकन लोगों को जब भी उनको याद करना होता है, तो वो अपना ओरल जो पोएट्रीज है वो गाते हैं, ओरल सॉन्ग्स वो गाते हैं. दैट इज़ ओरल ट्रेडिशन ऑफ पोएट्रीज एंड सॉन्ग्स. द हिस्ट्री ऑफ कोलोनियलिज्म in Africa goes back to the Berlin Conference of 1884. The colonialism means when the British totally conquer the land of Africa. After that, the period that begins, that is called colonialism. The history of colonialism in Africa back to the Berlin Conference in 1884. After that, when the continent of Africa was carved out and shared among the British, French and Portuguese, these European forces, these European countries just divide the whole Africa among them. The countries colonized by the British have the rich tradition of Anglophone literature, Francophone literature. Anglophone literature means writing in English. Francophone literature means writing in French. And another word is there, lusophone, writing in Portuguese. Writing on Portuguese only, the colonialism and language of the colonizer gave individual African countries artificial homogeneity. Artificial homogeneity means being the same. So, in as far as Africa is concerned, there was they had their own language. They just entertained themselves with the help of their own songs that were transferred to them by oral tradition from generation to generation. But after colonialism, they start to write their poetries in English or in French or in Portuguese, and that creates some sort of sameness in their literature, that is homogeneity. And over the years African poetry derived its identity from its European antecedents, means ancestors, precedents, and from its African oral tradition. There is regional writing in the indigenous language of individual countries, writing in European languages. So, such type of poetry after colonial period, they just try to get the English education in the same way as we tried in our India, and after that they just try to write in English, and they just mixed English, they just use the English language or French language or Portuguese language to express their atmosphere, African cadence, African views, all that. That is create the unity, individuality in their poetry. The dear student, the remaining portion we will discuss tomorrow, because my mobile is not working well. Thank you.